something extremely dangerous was unearthed while workers were digging. After seeing the photos, the sheriff was scared out of her wits and immediately had officers trigger a level 1 alert, then reported the emergency to the military. Upon receiving the notice, soldiers treated it as facing a great enemy and rushed to the scene in armored vehicles. At the same time, officers sealed off a 10-mile radius and evacuated every single resident in the area and pedestrian on the street, leaving not one behind, all because of a massive World War II-era missile that had been unearthed. If it exploded, the entire city could be affected, but a few people in one apartment weren't afraid of dying. They deliberately hid inside, drew the curtains, locked the door, and made sure the police wouldn't find them. Soon after, Jimmy, the military's bomb disposal expert, arrived on scene. He didn't dare approach the bomb right away, so he first had soldiers build a 10-meter-thick blast wall out of sand, then used a remote-controlled vehicle to observe the bomb up close. After confirming there was no immediate risk of explosion, his assistant brought a water pump over to the bomb. Since the main body was underwater, the surrounding water had to be drained before the disarming work could continue. At that point, the construction foreman rushed over and said there was a 400 kilovolt main power cable beneath the site. If it got damaged, it would cause enormous losses to the city. So before disarming, the power had to be shut off first. For the sake of the city's economy, police leadership agreed without hesitation. As all electrical equipment in the city shut down, the men in the apartment began to act. They were well trained and had a clear target. They went straight from the 18th floor down to the basement, then pulled out tools they had hidden in advance and started the theft. To be safe, they had even installed several cameras outside the bank lobby on the first floor to monitor the outside situation at any time. Once everything was ready, Thief Carl found the generator in a trash bin, then fed the wires through the ventilation ducts to his partners in the basement. With the power on, they used an angle grinder to cut through the wall. Looking at it this way, the missile above ground had also likely been arranged by them in advance. Sure enough, once the assistant finished draining the water, a problem was discovered. One part of the bomb was unusually shiny. This thing had existed for nearly 100 years. It should have been covered in rust, but now it looked brand new. Jimmy figured the workers had accidentally scraped off the rust while operating the excavator, so the disarming work had to continue. Jimmy carefully cleared the dirt off the bomb's casing and located the trigger fuse. His plan was to first drill into the fuse, then inject a solution inside to block the mechanical components.